We are back. Welcome back to another episode of The Source. 2-3 last night, and the pick of the day didn't hit. Not a great night. The first losing night I've had in, I think, a full 7 days. It's definitely been a while, but we are getting that back tonight. I love tonight's bets, for real. Those of you that subscribe to this channel know I don't just say that. If I don't like the picks, I'll tell you. Like last night, I said bet light, reduce your unit size. I will be straight up with you if I don't like them. I love these. So let's get into them.
Welcome to The Source.
Hey, get the source.
The Source. The Source.
Hey, get the source.
First game up, Wizards versus Pacers at home. This line opened with the Wizards laying 5 points here, but a bunch of early Pacers money came in and knocked this line from 5 right down to 4 early. Now here comes some Wizards money. At noon, we finally see some Washington money coming in, but not before the Pacers money knocked this line all the way down to 3. So now we're back up at 3.5. If you like the Wizards, I said this on Twitter, if you like the Wizards, I would get that bet in there soon. That line's gonna keep moving. Someone on Twitter told me it was Sabonis' birthday today, so he thinks that the Pacers are gonna cover and Sabonis is gonna go off because it's his birthday. Who gives a shit that it's his birthday? Yeah, no. This is a battle with serious playoff implications here. The Pacers are sitting at the 9 seed. Washington's sitting at the 10. This game means something. Both teams are gonna show up with their A games. I feel with Washington, I'm getting the better team at home. I'm taking the Wizards here. I already got in at Washington minus 3.5, and I'm comfortable putting that on the menu. I advise you, if you like the Wizards, to get in as soon as possible. If anything changes, Twitter, Instagram story, and Facebook next game. Next game up, we got Pistons versus Magic in Detroit, and this line opened Detroit minus 2.5, both early bets and early money on Detroit. Look at this line dropping from 2.5 down to 2. Now it's down to 1.5. These books are daring you to bet the Pistons. They're daring you, even with all those Pistons injuries and a red-hot Orlando Magic team. And look at the money. People are taking the bait. People are falling for it and betting the Pistons. Cole Anthony is scorching hot. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Give me Orlando plus 1.5. Definitely put it on the menu. I love this pick. If anything changes, Twitter, Instagram story, and Facebook next game. Next game up, Pelicans versus Warriors, and this is a playoff game, by the way. If you're looking for the playoffs to start, they start tonight. Pelicans versus Warriors. Pelicans are 2.5 games out of a playoff spot with 8 games remaining. The Warriors are in the 9 spot, Pelicans are in the 11, and they play each other on a back-to-back. This is a playoff game, especially for the Pelicans. Line open New Orleans minus 2.5, and we got a very sensitive consensus line here. Warriors money comes in, line drops down to Pelicans minus 2. But then the money swings towards New Orleans, and the line goes all the way up to Pelicans minus 3. That tells us that the books are either split, some like the Warriors and some like the Pelicans, or they don't have an opinion. They have no idea on this one. Kelly Oubre out for the Warriors. Obviously, Damian Lee still out. Wiggins is questionable tonight. Now, Steven Adams questionable for New Orleans, and obviously that's huge. I would like to see him out there. This is the classic what kind of basketball fan are you game. Are you going to trust this is a crunch time playoff type atmosphere game? Are you going to just trust that Steph and Draymond, they got the experience and they're going to find a way to pull it out? Or are you the type of basketball fan that recognizes the new talent, that Zion and those Pelicans, they're too young, too strong, too fast, and they're going to pull it out? Are you a liberal or are you a conservative? Are you a LeBron guy or are you a Jordan guy? It gets that deep. I believe in the Zion. I said on social media that I would apply to get on the show naked and afraid if the Pelicans didn't win this game by 4 points. But forget that 4-point bullshit. I don't know. That was early in the morning. Pelicans are going to win this game, and they're going to cover. So give me the Pelicans minus 3. Throw it on the menu. It's playoff time, Zion. Show me that you are a superstar. Pelicans minus 3 on the menu. If anything changes, Twitter, Instagram story, Facebook next game. Next game up, Hawks versus Blazers in Atlanta. This line opened with the Hawks laying 1.5 points at home, both early bets and early money on Portland. Money stays on the Blazers all morning, but the line moves from 1.5 up to 2, which is the wrong way. So why would the line move up to 2 if the money's all on the Blazers? One of 2 reasons. Either A, this game is a trap. The books love Atlanta and they want to trap people on betting Portland. Or B, the books already know that Bogdanovich is going to play tonight, therefore Atlanta's value increases and the line moves to 2. Portland is playing unbelievable right now. I've covered on Portland 3 times in a row. I know the value Portland has right now, but situationally, they're the wrong play here. Atlanta's at home. Portland just got done with a huge, emotional, close win last night. They hopped on a plane late last night, flew to Atlanta to play a rested, hungry Hawks team. Hawks got a lot of their guys back from injury also. I mean, Bogdanovich is still questionable. I like the Hawks here. Give me Atlanta -2. I'm throwing it on the menu as well. If anything changes, Twitter, Instagram story, and Facebook next game. Next game up is Bulls versus Sixers in Chicago. This line opened Chicago +6.5, so we got a home dog here. Early money's all over Philly. It was like 92% of money on the Sixers or something like that. Even more money comes in on the Sixers, but the line drops to 6, then eventually down to 5. So I'm sure a lot of you are like, what is this? Is this a trap? This is most likely because Embiid is resting. The Sixers almost always rest him on a back-to-back. I know the Sixers just played last night, a close overtime win, mind you. But even without Embiid, I like the Sixers to cover this 5 here. The Bulls have been awful. And I love Vucevic too. I like Zach LaVine too. He hasn't even been playing, but I like this Bulls team. I like Kobe White. It's a shame, but they've been real bad. Sixers are good as hell even without Embiid. You remember they played a stretch without him. They were great. Usually I would love to fade everyone and take the home dog, Chicago +5. It's like my signature move, but I can't do that here. The Sixers are the right side to be on. This is not going on the menu because I don't know who's playing yet. So as of now, not on the menu. If anything changes, Twitter, Instagram story, and Facebook next game. It's New York Knicks basketball time. We are in Memphis to play the Grizzlies. This should be an awesome game. We got two young, up-and-coming, improving teams, improving fast, that play completely different styles of basketball, almost opposites. The Knicks play lockdown defense, slow, controlled offense, running through Julius Randle, surrounded by three-point shooting. The Grizzlies play the opposite. They run the floor fast as hell, in and out of passing lanes. Memphis looks to run people out of the gym every game. It's going to be really fun to watch these teams try to control, see which team can grab control of the pace of this game, because that's going to mean a lot. Anyway, the line opened up Memphis -3.5, and a bunch of Knicks money came in, knocked it all the way down to 2.5. But then we see some Grizzlies money creeping in around noon. Line is back up to Memphis -3. Obviously, I'm taking the Knicks. You know the rules. I will never fade the Knicks on this show. So give me the Knicks +3. But I will admit, this is not the best spot for the Knicks on a back-to-back road games here against a really good Memphis team. So give me Knicks +3 on the menu. Anything changes, Twitter, Instagram story, and Facebook next game. Next game up is Jazz versus Spurs in Utah. This line up with the Jazz laying 7.5 points at home here. Early bets of money still all over Utah. Money stays on Utah all morning, all the way up to noon, and we're still looking at Utah -7.5. Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley both still out for the Jazz, but DeJounte Murray for the Spurs is questionable. I really hope he plays because I'm going to bet the Spurs for one, and also because he's my favorite player on the team. I don't know if you watched that kid play yet. Man, he's quick in and out. He's got a hell of a first step. He reminds me of SGA from OKC. He's got a similar game to him. Not quite as talented, but he's got a very similar play style. I'm taking San Antonio. I like the Spurs here a lot, especially getting 7.5. You already know Utah hasn't been covering without Mitchell. Now without Mitchell and Conley, I love the Spurs here. DeRozan will be rested. This should be a nice spot to play the Spurs. It's on the menu. But if DeJounte Murray is ruled not playing, there's a chance I may remove it from the menu or at least drop it to the very bottom. We'll see. Stay tuned. I'll let you know on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Next game. Last game is Lakers versus Nuggets in LA. This line opened with the Lakers getting 4 points. So the Lakers as home dogs here. Early bets and early money on the red-hot Denver Nuggets. Even more Nuggets money comes in, but this line drops from 4 down to 3.5. Is it a trap? Are they trying to get you to bet the Nuggets? Or do the books know that LeBron's going to play? Maybe they already know that Schroeder's going to play because he's questionable. Really tough to say at this point. I think this is a perfect spot for the Lake Show to get a win here and cover this spread. But LeBron left last night with an ankle tightness, I think it was. So we don't even know if LeBron's playing. Schroeder's questionable. I mean, it's the Lakers. Who's going to show up? We really don't know in this crazy-ass regular season. So I'm going to put Lakers +4 up here, but it's definitely not going on the menu. If anything changes, Twitter, Instagram story, and Facebook. That's it for today. Like I said, I love these picks tonight. VIPs, I'm going to be sending out emails and texts tonight. That's the plan. Everyone's going to hit with an email and a text around 5:30 p.m. Eastern time with the VIP sheet. I'm going to throw together a round robin for tonight. I always do when I really like the picks, and tonight I really like them. So I'm going to throw together a round robin also. I will talk to you guys on Twitter. Let's make some money tonight. Be smart. Pick your spots. Let's go.